You're listening to Turi Ryder's She Said What podcast. I'm Turi, along with Marcy Persky. When your entire household goes down with the flu, you learn a few things about other people's digestions that you would probably rather not know. And somehow we get the P. Diddy trial in there. Also, our look into what may have been the most dangerous infomercial ever filmed.
You're going to want me to adjust my brain after the end of this podcast.
I hear you've been down for the count with some sort of virus that the entire family has been suffering.
It has been like, I dub it the end of the world virus.
Huh, that bad.
So, well, Monday, we had to drive Bunny, Eve's Bunny, Pringles, an hour and a half to a vet to get this vaccine against this explode from inside disease.
Yes.
That's going across the country. And of course, the closest vet was an hour and a half. So we went to Prescott. It was me, Eve, Kane the baby, and baby's other grandma who was visiting from Washington State. We were on the way back. We got hungry, so we stopped and ate a nice lunch. Got home, and I immediately I wanted to shoot myself in the head. It was that fast. I got so sick so quickly. And I know I'm a little bit of a, drama queen when I don't feel well.
No. You?
Just a little. My dad used to call me Camille when I was a little kid. And I was laying on the couch Monday night, just telling myself, I am not Camille. I am not Camille. And for people who don't know, it's a Greta Garbo movie from the 1930s. And she's like dying of some unknown illness for the entire movie. I don't know, the vapors or something.
I don't think I've ever actually seen it. Now I have to see it.
Now you have to see it so you'll know what I was like Monday night.
Or I could just video you on the couch next time.
Yeah, that's true. No, this time I was like so sick. Frankie actually called the fire department and the EMTs came over and wanted me to go in an ambulance to the hospital in Flagstaff.
Oh, boy.
I'd go to a hospital before I go to the hospital in Flagstaff.
Oh, boy.
That's the kind of reputation it has. Anyway, so I didn't go to the hospital, but I was very, 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 very sick. By about 5 o'clock Wednesday, I felt good enough to get up and make some chicken soup because by then, everybody was sick except Frankie.
Huh.
Of the same thing. Just boom, boom, boom through everyone. So I had a box of barley. I had Frankie pick up some chicken breasts, and I made semi-homemade chicken, barley, carrot, whatever. Eat this, and you won't die soup.
Huh, good.
So this is how sick I was, okay? I woke up, and I was watching on the TV, and our regular listeners know my TV habits. I actually watched Do You Need a Stair Lift?
What?
We have 3 steps to get into our house. I was watching Do You Need a Stair Lift?
Oh,
but I want to say I did not order one.
Oh, good. So this is like a half-hour infomercial? How long is Do You Need a Stair Lift?
Yeah, it was hour long. I watched it for an hour.
An hour. Like, let's stop and talk about this, okay? Because
it made me feel young again.
Do you need a stair lift? How many stairs do they have to watch older people fall down in this video to go, yeah, okay, I guess you do need a stair lift?
It's cloning of I've fallen and I can't get up and where's the beef? So it's all cycling around again with the same old people.
Because I would think if I were making an hour infomercial, do I need a stair lift? The first half of it would be old people just falling down stairs, which I don't want to make light. I'm going to be one of those people, God willing, someday. But can you imagine the actors? Like they're 90 years old and you say, okay, fall down the stairs now. What are they supposed to do with that? Those are stage directions they can't really follow. So then you say, okay, you can't fall down the stairs. You, 90-year-old person, you're going to walk up a flight of stairs. Okay, take 1, take 2. By the third take, the 90-year-old person is just collapsed on this. It's got to be the hardest video that the producer ever made. And then, if they live, and that's the other thing, they may lose half.
I don't think the lady who fell never got up.
by the time they get to the solution, because, it's problem solution, by the time they get to the solution, they've probably lost half the cast. So they have to cast it like jury pool where you get an alternative juror. So they have to film the 90-year-old lady plus another 90-year-old lady, because if one of them dies, then they can't film the second part where they show them all sitting in their chairlift.
That's where that Diddy juror went.
The what?
Well, they pulled a juror from P. Diddy's trial yesterday.
Right, the Diddy
So maybe
juror.
that's where that was an 85-year-old woman that they needed for the chairlift commercial.
Well, I do know that this is probably the second juror now, because it was a few days ago that they lost a juror, and the defense lawyers were saying, we only had a few black jurors and you just cost me one. This is another juror that they're down at the Diddy trial?
Yeah, they sent her to go buy baby oil and she never came back, I guess.
Oh my God.
But anyway.
Well, that's good. So you have
a
a cast of elderly chairlift people, and now you're just filming them, each actor and the alternate, in case in the middle of the chair ride they have a heart attack and plots die. So
I thought I was having a heart attack, by the way. That's why he called the EMTs to begin with.
Oh,
but
boy.
keep going.
So, well, that's the problem, is they keep going. They make them keep going. And sooner or later, you've got, do you need a chairlift? And to prove that you need one, every single person in their infomercial is kaput.
As you heinously mock all these people, I would just like to point out that over the past week, my husband has been putting a railing up around our front deck.
Right.
Which, if you remember, I fell off of and broke a bunch of ribs 2 years ago.
Do you need a stairlift?
Really,
do you need a
all we needed is a
stairlift?
rail.
Oh.
All we needed was a rail. So that's my answer to that question. Anyway, everybody's sick. Lots of water going through this place. Guess what happened?
What? Oh, no. Let me guess. Your daughter left the water on again, and you have none.
Worse than that.
Uh-oh.
We got an email saying, we're sorry, but we are abruptly shutting down your water station for an undocumented amount of time because of the influx of use in the last 2 weeks and the upcoming fire season.
Oh, boy.
The other water station, which is closer to us than the one that we actually go to, has been shut down for 2 weeks for some kind of actual mechanical issue.
Oh, boy.
So everyone had been going to our water station, including the big trucks.
Oh, boy.
And yeah, so we have a water situation. Our water boy truck can't go on the highway. He can barely creak his way to the water station. So we're going through water with no water. I mean, Frankie will just have to go further. It's just annoying. And then on top of all that, and this is like really weird, on Sunday, the baby, who's 18 months old now, started pooping this weird color, like yellow.
This is important. We're going to have to put a disclaimer on the podcast that baby poop.
Always. This is immature talk for mature listeners.
True, but we also need to have a disgusting poop warning on here now.
It could be triggering.
Yes.
Anyway, his poop kept getting lighter and lighter and lighter. And if y'all know me and y'all know me about my infomercials, you also know.
Oh, no, there's an infomercial on what to happen when your baby poops clear poop.
Well, you have to Google it or ask Jeeves or whatever.
Oh, boy.
So I asked Google Jeeves, and Google Jeeves said the baby had something wrong with his liver.
Oh, fabulous.
Oh, and so I'm staring at him, and I'm shining a flashlight. He spent the night last night because both of his parents were way too sick to do anything. And by then, I was the least sick of everyone.
Gotcha.
So baby stayed with Yaya last night. Well, Yaya shined a light in his face to see if he looked
nice, Grandma. Oh, lovely. Just checking for jaundice. Yeah.
I have a lovely picture on my phone of baby poop that looks like paste.
This is the second podcast in a row of how to scare your children. The other one was art, and now we have one of how to scare your children with a flashlight in their face at 3 a.m.
Exactly. Well,
Great.
No, it was he woke me up at 1:30, so this is his fault. And I had to call the doctor. And so
Let's
we went
blame
to
the
doctor.
18-month-old. Blame the 18-month-old. So you did what now?
I drove Eve and the baby to the pediatrician in Flagstaff this morning, being the least sick of everyone again.
Uh-huh.
And he has the same virus that we all have, except it's manifesting itself in toddler people as like this nasty white poop stuff
Great.
that I've never seen in any of my kids. So it's got to be something in the air that wasn't there in the 80s. That's all I have to say about that.
Oh, no. You're going to
But-
sound like a certain department head if you just start making science up. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, I know. You know, we did eat snow when I was a kid. And they always told us that Russians put nuclear particles in the snow.
I never heard that in my life. Where did you grow up? Michigan? Why would anybody in
No,
Michigan?
that was Indiana. This
Why-
was in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Why would anybody
where
in
we used to
Indiana?
do like these Cold War drills and have to get underneath our desk
Yeah.
and put our hands
We
on our
had to
heads in case of Russia dropped a
We
bomb.
had to do that too in Chicago, but
But yes, they told us that there were nuclear particles in the snow, and here I am, still being Camille at age 70.
in Minnesota, people were complaining to the U.S. Senator's office, where at that time the spousal unit worked, about being sick and it having something to do with the pink snow. And everybody thought that they were nuts, except the senator, who started investigating. And it turned out that the military had actually sprayed pink snow that was toxic so that they could see how the wind carried it.
Don't have to worry about science now, do we? I just remember that the Russians put subatomic particles into the snow. We all ate it. We all played in it. We all made forts with it.
No, I don't worry about the Russians when it's our very own military spraying dangerous pink snow at people.
Well, our military's done a lot of things, but we're not going to talk about because it was the military's birthday, and we're happy it's here.
Happy birthday to you.
Exactly.
The tanks. Happy birthday to you. Ballistic missiles. Happy birthday,
Anyway.
dear military troops. Yes.
My stair lift is on order.
What?
No, I'm kidding. I'm here. I'm alive. Hey, and of course, everybody, I don't know about your house. You've said over and over that your spousal unit kind of takes everything in stride, health-wise.
Everything but having a cold.
And where mine, it's usually me because I don't know why he's so incredibly healthy. It's sometimes annoying
He's young.
that he's so healthy.
Young.
It is because he's young and strapping
Yeah.
and cute.
Yeah. All those
And-
things.
He's a good nurse, but the stress builds up in him.
Uh-oh.
And so everybody's kind of yelling at each other, but not really meaning to yell at each other. Like I'm yelling at him because I can hardly speak without puking up whatever's left in my gut, which couldn't have been much. But you know how you try and talk and you're really not.
That's the
Don't
best.
yell at me. I'm not. I can't talk.
That's the
None of-
best impersonation of somebody trying to talk with stomach flu that I've ever heard in my life. I think that's one for the ages. I think I'm going to keep a little sample of you talking simultaneously puking in my audio file of great things you've done on the podcast.
It's just like we're all so stressed out because you're either sick or you're worried about not having water or you're worried about catching the sickness on Friday afternoon and being down all weekend, which hopefully won't happen to Frankie, who took care of me like a good husband should.
Now,
Yeah.
you can't tolerate blood, but if someone
No.
starts puking, can you handle that?
If I wear like a black silk eye mask and a clothespin on my nose, sure. Big goggles. I don't know.
Gas mask?
I would say here is this giant tin or metal mixing bowl. Who's going to be your best friend
I'm
for the
gonna-
next 3 days?
I'll be out of here.
And when you feel better, you can go dump it. Yeah.
Nice.
pretty much.
Nice.
I-
Good
I-
to
I'm-
know.
Hey, I'm an awful person.
In sickness and in health, Marcy Persky.
Hey, I made chicken barley soup.
Thanks for listening to the Turi Writers She Said What podcast. Assuming you like what you heard, you might want to leave us a good review and maybe pick up my book, She Said What? A Life on the Air, which you can get from your independent bookseller or that giant website that sells absolutely everything.